good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to you with a quick video. We're going to talk about the San Antonio Spurs picking up Dante Cunningham to a one-year deal. He's been playing with the Brooklyn Nets, was his last team that he was a part of. Didn't stay there, only was there for 1 year, played a couple years with the Pelicans, where he had a decent season, gave you 39% from three one season, 32 the other year. More of a guy that can play the 3 or the 4, especially small ball 4. He's still 31, still got a little left in the tank. He's a guy that plays well, and off of others, you have potentially a team that likes to have a lot of space, a lot of ball movement, so he should fit right into that perfectly because he's not a superstar. He's not a guy that can really create his own shot consistently, and he's a guy that likes to spot up and move around the perimeter to give the spacing for the other players. You have guys like LaMarcus Aldridge that likes to post up and get in that high-low post that can score in isolation. Paul Gasol is a guy that he stretch out the floor too, but he also can post up and crash the rebounds. And you still have Kawhi Leonard, who's still technically on the roster. And if they don't move him, he's another guy that can post up and score, but also take attention off other guys like a Dante Cunningham and open him up to get easy opportunities, whether it's a backdoor cut, getting a spot up 3, or just kicking it out to him in general to lay it in or in fast break or transition. The Spurs, they need these type of players, and these are the type of players that they want. And even though he doesn't have the biggest track record or the biggest name, he is a solid contributor. They're only picking him up for 1 year, just like you done seen with a lot of other players. They're not committed to him long term. He's not a part of the bigger picture. He's just a guy that, kind of like a Marco Bellinelli, that's gonna come in and do what he's asked to do, and he's gonna play team basketball. This Spurs team is a little loaded, so it's going to be hard to get a lot of quality minutes consistently. If you look at the roster, even if they bench, you have Brian Forbes, you got Rudy Gay, you got Bertans, you have Marco Bellinelli, you have Manu Ginobili as of right now. You have Patty Mills, and you have Lonnie Walker. So they got a lot of players they can give a lot of minutes to. So I don't really see him getting big-time minutes or making that big of a difference unless injuries happen. But it is good to have that extra guy there, just because you don't have to play Paul LaMarcus. You can play small ball, and he can be a big part of that when he comes off the bench or in certain lineups. He can definitely be a big factor. Depending on what team you play and what type of lineups you have out on the court. So Dante Cunningham, he's pretty cool, a good dude. I liked him in the Pelicans. I feel like they needed a guy like him for the Pelicans, and it's interesting that a team like the Spurs will pick him up and probably give him around 15 to 20 minutes at the max. And that's pretty good. But Cunningham, he can score in bunches. He can definitely play within the system. Alvin Gentry kind of got the same type of system as Steve Kerr, and Steve Kerr got that type of system from Phil Jackson and obviously Greg Popovich. So he should be a seamless fit, and this should be a move that benefits both sides. And I can definitely see him having some hot games under this Spurs uniform because of how they play the game of basketball. But they also needed a small ball for it, unless you count Rudy Gay, a guy that can play the 3 or the 4, and he's a good switcher. That's the guy I think gonna get the primary minutes under as that 6th, 7th guy. But Dante Cunningham, this is an NBA quality player. This is a quality rotation player. This is a quality pickup, especially for basically nothing. And this is an NBA player, so their whole roster, they don't really have any blemishes. This is one of the better rosters in the NBA, and they just made it even better getting a guy like this. But we got to still wait and see if Kawhi Leonard going to sign that Supermax, or if he's going to stay in San Antonio, if they're going to trade him, because we can't really judge what they're going to do, because Kawhi Leonard is such a focal point of their offense and a focal point of their defense and a focal point of their identity, to the point where you can't really judge any moves that they make, because we still got to know if he's going to be a part of that roster. And if he is, this makes a lot more sense. If he ain't, then we got to see how they're going to build their roster and how they're going to play before preseason and summer camp. and then they can change their whole identity, and he have a significantly different role depending on if he's Kawhi Leonard his hero or not. So keep that in mind. This move could be even bigger for them. If he leaves, it can be a little different, and his role could be completely different if they do trade him. So keep that in mind. Right now, this is a quality pickup. You're getting an NBA quality player, a guy that can score, a guy that can knock down spot up threes, and a guy that plays well off of other stars and guys that take a lot of attention away from him. That's his biggest strength, and they have those guys on this roster, so I don't see why he wouldn't fit in. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm gone. And let me know what you guys think about the San Antonio Spurs picking up another quality backup, another quality player, another team player, and another player that can definitely fit into this offense and make it looks like, this system is perfect for a lot of role players, and he's a guy I can see fitting straight into that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.